Explain the threats that you received on your life.
Oh, my goodness. The threats were terrible. The phone, I couldn't even dial out. I couldn't get a line because the phone just was like that. And they were terrible death threats. There were threats of bombing the house. There were threats, disgusting threats of women's naked bodies, legs apart, raped, and this is what will happen to me. Pictures of that. There were threats of knives, gunshots, and shocking. Now, I didn't take my phone to the police. I smashed it in temper in the end because it was so frightening. My daughter took her phone to the police, and to this day nobody seems to have done anything about it.
So why did you move?
Why did I move? Because of the death threats. And also my family's down there. I'm a great-grandmother. I've got 2 granddaughters, and I've got a great-grandson down there, and my daughter is there. And to have this death threat all the time coming in, it's extremely frightening. And I had to get away to pull it away from my family. And it's terrible, Jeff. It's the most terrible thing because I can't go back. I've been pulled away from the family and I can't enjoy them for something I didn't mean. Excuse me.
It's perfectly fine.
And where could I go? I lost my job. Of course, I couldn't work anywhere. I can't work anywhere to this day. People are too scared to be involved with me. I first went to PE because my dad used to live in PE and I knew a few people there, stayed there a while. Then I came up to Joburg, stayed with friends 3 weeks here, a month there, and here. And it's been terrible. I've really paid. I've paid really heavy.
Have you been moving from place to place, and have people recognized you anywhere?
I haven't been recognised, no, not up here. I went back to Scottsboro and I didn't move out. I stayed there, got some clothes, winter clothes for here, and I just stayed undercover. I must say I had to go into the bank because my card was due for a renewal. And one person saw me, but not a stranger, somebody who did know me, and I'm very well known down there because of the newspapers, very, very well known, of the papers I worked for. And I went into the bank to get the card, and the bank manager also recognized me. And she came to me and she said, "We've got to change your bank account." So I said, "Is it because a company has tried to take the first month, I think it was February and then it was March, they tried to take 12,000 Rand out of my account. Now I haven't even got that, but obviously it would have been returned, but it was still tried. The second month, 90,000 Rand. Somebody in that company has clicked on who I was and was getting back at me. That's how I feel. I may be wrong." And the bank manager came to me and said, "We've got to close this account and I'll give you a new number because we can't stop that company taking that money." And so she also recognized me because she came up to me. And other than that, in Johannesburg, I'm a little bit freer, but I don't go out.
You've been described by some as South Africa's #1 racist. How do you feel about that?
I'm saddened to hear that. I am so saddened to hear that because I'm not. I can tell you up here I hear lots of racism slurs going on. I'm shocking. And it scares me to hear it. It's terrible. It's terrible. I've never used the K word. It doesn't even live in my vocabulary. Oh, I can't say the word. In my vocabulary. And I don't use nigger. Nothing. I don't. They're human beings to me, and I've accepted the change. It's wonderful. I've got good friends. And there's a lot of highly intelligent black people. Lovely people. I worked for an Indian girl. And lovely person. I'm not racist, let alone number one. I'm definitely not. I'm really not. Been brought up with these people.